Confused about the cosmos? Can't tell a planet from a star? Then give us just 5 minutes, and we'll show you what they are.
Ahan
Stargazer.
Hi, I'm Steven. You're watching Steven Loves Science. Special astronomy edition tonight. I'm here with amateur astronomer Ahan Malhotra. Ahan, would you like to tell the audience about what we're doing today?
Hi, my name's Ahan, and I'm an amateur astronomer. Today we'll be taking some pictures of the moon. Tonight the moon's very special. It's in a perigee, and it is 18% brighter today. So we're going to be taking some excellent astrophotography just using a regular Canon EOS Rebel T1i camera tonight. Here set up here, we have our computers. This is running a software called Equinox Pro, which is excellent, and we'll be controlling our telescope here. The telescope we're using is a Meade ETX 125 using an AutoStar controller and the Starry Night Blue Star adapter, which will connect to the computer via Bluetooth. I have also just plugged it in using an AC adapter, and we have a cable here to provide us with tethered shooting capabilities for our computer, and we will be watching footage on the computer as our deck we're on does have a vibration problem. It shakes. So we hope to compensate for that shaking by sitting here very still and controlling our cameras from here. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have to align the telescope. The alignment of the telescope, well, this telescope is first set up using an Alt-AZ mount. So that type of mount requires a specific type of alignment. It's different from the polar mount where you have to align it directly to Polaris. To do the Alt-AZ mount, alignment procedure, we need to put the telescope in the home position. So to put the telescope, for this specific telescope in the home position, we are going to need a level. So let's get level first. And right here I have a copy of the moon ETX manual. It's a perigee tonight. Supermoon is what it's called. It is all over the news. Perigee will be 11:34 p.m. And so, but then again, that's the final biggest point, but it's still larger today. It is a full moon, and the lucky here to be taking it. So, tonight it's moon night, y'all.
Do you want to explain to the less scientifically inclined members of our audience exactly how a telescope functions?
Very great question, Steven. This is an MST, or an MCT, my mistake. A Mustaf-Cassegrain telescope. The way it works, light enters through this lens here. It bounces to the back, coming through here. Now there is a mirror, almost like a donut with a hole cut out in the middle. So the light comes on the outer edges, it comes in, and comes here. The mirror is then aligned to focus the light into the center mirror in the front again. And so this is how your mirror is. There's a smaller mirror here in the front.
Okay, let's get this.
So let's take a look here, actually. Let's shine a little flashlight. So this little silver unit here, so you can see in the back, that's the mirror. The light will enter into that mirror all the way in the back, which is extremely sensitive. A piece of dust will scratch that mirror.
Is this vacuum sealed? Is there a vacuum inside?
Actually, no. Most telescopes are. This unit is actually not vacuum sealed, and it is user serviceable if necessary. So the light bounces back there, it comes to the front to this little unit right there, and it bounces back and comes out to our finder piece, or to our eyepiece right there. Now also available on this telescope is another optical accessory port, which can be opened right here where our camera will plug in, and that is this little unit that's turnable right here. We can switch if it's coming, if you want to channel light out here or to here.
Okay, are you using any filters today on the telescope?
Right now, we did have a moon filter because we were lining our finder scope
moon filter
with the moon, and that is Orion Telescope Company. It's an excellent telescope brand company. If you want to go there, telescope.com. I will not endorse them, but we are aligned with true north. So we're going to start the scope up. Again, we are connected to external power, but the scope also features 8 AA batteries for on-the-field operation. This is the AutoStar that is starting up with running the latest revision and an update. Now, it wants us to align it, but the align that it's going to give us is the easy align, and it's going to choose a star for us, and I do not like that because some stars are not visible due to trees, the house, and other surroundings. So we're going to go to mode here. It's going to ask me for a date, and the date today is Saturday, May 5th. So we're going to enter that onto this display here.
Recording.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording.
Okay, I'll cut that out. Anyway, okay, y'all, welcome back. My name's Ahan, and I'm an amateur astronomer, and we're on Steven's little channel here.
Don't call Steven's little channel. We're starting over. Okay, we're back with Steven Loves Science. I'm here with our very special guest astronomer, Ahan Malhotra. And Ahan, can you tell me?
So right now, we were in our last segment. We were aligning the Meade ETX 125 astrotelescope, which has an aperture of 125 millimeters.
It's aperture. Don't call it
Aperture of
aperture.
125 millimeters and a focal length of 1900 millimeters. Anyway, we were aligning it using two alignment stars, Sirius and Regulus, which is next to Mars. Those are some of the brightest stars in the skies. And it seems to be aligned. And now we're going to explain the process of connecting it to my MacBook Pro here, running a software called Equinox. And Equinox is an excellent software. I would highly recommend it if you are going to get a software for the Mac. Don't do Starry Night. Don't do Carnia software, whatever it's called. Don't do The Sky. Do Equinox. It's cheap and it works well.
Ahan, so what interests you about astronomy?
Well, I think astronomy is a search into the heavens. I mean, how else can I define it? We're trying to see what else is out there. The universe is constantly expanding. We don't know anything. Like, Thomas Edison has a quote, I don't clearly remember it, but it's like, we don't know a million about anything. We really don't. The universe is huge, beyond comprehension. And we only know this much of it. So, this helps to further the science. In 2009, actually, was the International Year of the Astronomy.
2011 was International Year of Chemistry, much more important than International Year of Astronomy.
Well, anyway, so now
Go
our
chemist.
computer's set up here, and this is what the scope should be seeing right now, and that is aimed at Regulus. And here's Regulus.
Where is the best land observatory?
Some of the best land observatories are located in Chile, Hawaii. You have the, what's it called? What's the name of that telescope? The Keck telescope. The Keck Observatory in Hawaii. It's on a mountain out there. Very dry, desolate. So in Chile, you have some of the even better telescopes. The largest telescope in the world is in Chile, and it's actually multiple telescopes. And it takes the light from like 4 telescopes pointing at the same object and combining them into one.
Is being in a high humidity environment where there's a lot of water vapor in the air, like in Miami, does that put an astronomer at a disadvantage?
Absolutely. And this is a cheap telescope. This is not even $1,000. This is almost $1,000. That's nothing. This is a cheap telescope. In a professional astronomer might have a $7,000 telescope. The humidity will build up on the inside. You need to make sure optics are running smoothly using heaters, fans. They make all that equipment for amateur telescopes to get the best out of your optics. So right now our telescope is actually slewing towards Saturn. Let's see how well we can see Saturn.
Alright, so we'll be back once we get some
And it's not even 9:30.
interesting sky objects in view. Okay, Ahan and I are back, and we've aligned the telescope, and it is currently giving us a view of the moon. So.
Oh right, y'all. So in this image, this is Canon's EOS utility just running, and this is the moon looking here. This is the last shot we took here. See this one, Steven? And right here, we're back into Equinox, and this is the scope view. This is what the scope is looking at. That little red line is what the Canon camera is looking at, and this is what we're centered on right now. So right now, we're going to just try to move, and we're, again, still testing, so we're going to just switch some stuff over to Saturn now. It's a little higher in the sky, so let's track that object. See what happens. Saturn's probably the highest you want to go on this system, because you don't want to bump the camera around. There we go, there we go. Now! And this is on live video, folks. There you can see is Saturn. It's... Hold on.
It's in the box, now it's good. Now it's out of the box. It's no longer in the box.
And it's trying to automatically do stuff. That's why it turns down.
Now it's out of the box. And it's centered. Now it's out of the box. So here we have Saturn. I really wish I spent more money on this camera because this is not doing it justice. It's really very cool. Okay, so Ahan and I have seen Saturn.
That is a picture of Saturn right now, folks. Looks
Unfortunately, the camera that I have is so bad it doesn't pick up. It really doesn't give it justice. It's really very, very cool. But that is Saturn.
What I'm going to do is we're going to remember that number and we're going to put it back to bold here and watch it on the screen.
Yeah.
Little white box is getting in the way. How do you take that out? I do not know. Oh, that's the focusing. Yeah, that's fine.
Please. Well, there's Saturn.
On my computer screen.
On your computer screen. How do you call it?
Saturn is in the viewfinder on the computer. We can see the rings and everything. So come home.